You've probably already seen this clip by now. American conservative political commentator Tucker Carlson is claiming that Saudi Arabia and Qatar have arrested Mossad agents who were allegedly planning bombings inside Gulf states.
So it's probably hasn't been reported, but it's a fact that last night in Qatar and Saudi Arabia, authorities arrested Mossad agents planning on committing bombings in those countries. Now, that's weird.
That's a serious allegation. According to Carlson, these operatives were preparing attacks designed to destabilize the region at a moment when tensions are already spiraling out of control. Now, there hasn't been any official confirmation from Saudi Arabia or Qatar verifying these arrests, but Iran's semi-official Tasnim news agency claims that the attacks on Saudi Arabia's Aramco oil refineries actually were carried out by Israel and that it was a false flag operation. According to an informed source quoted by the Tasnim news agency, the strike was deliberately designed to frame other regional actors, in this case Iran, and inflame tensions across the Gulf. The source said that Tehran has been transparent about its response strategy, stressing that Iran has publicly declared that it would target American and Israeli interests, but that Aramco's oil refinery wasn't amongst its declared targets. He also claimed that intelligence assessments indicate that the alleged Israeli operation aimed to make Iran look like the aggressor while diverting attention from what's happening inside the Iranian territory. The same source warned that the port of Fujairah in the United Arab Emirates could potentially be targeted in additional alleged false flag operation attempts to deepen mistrust among Gulf states. There has been no immediate comment from Saudi or Iranian officials on these claims, but now alongside missiles and drones, you're seeing accusations of covert manipulation, operations designed not just to strike targets, but to shape perception and blame. If true, this wouldn't be the first time Israel has carried out operations inside the Gulf territory. In 2025, Israeli military officials openly carried out strikes targeting Hamas leadership in Doha, who had been called there for negotiations. And here's why all of this matters. For years, Gulf states, as in members of the Gulf Cooperation Council, tried hard to avoid being pulled directly into conflicts between regional powers. They pursued neutrality, diplomatic engagement, and economic ties with Tehran, even as they deepened security cooperation with the United States. But that balance has collapsed just in the span of days. And in light of Carlson's claims, you might be thinking, how would all of this benefit Israel? Pakistan's Defense Minister Khwaja Asif's recent tweet may offer some perspective. He describes Zionism as a global threat and accuses Israel of orchestrating instability across the Islamic world. He argues that the broader agenda of the war includes extending Israeli influence deeper into the region, even suggesting that Israel seeks to shift regional alignments in ways that could isolate Pakistan strategically. Importantly, Khwaja Asif framed the conflict as part of a larger geopolitical design, one that, in his view, could eventually place Israel's influence closer to Pakistan's borders and surround it with hostile neighbors. Those remarks reflect a wider sentiment in parts of the Muslim world as well, that this conflict is not only about Iran's nuclear program, but about long-term regional dominance and strategic realignment. But as of now, Washington has warned that harder hits are still to come. Tehran has retaliated by declaring the Strait of Hormuz closed and launching attacks on US and allied targets across the region. At the same time, Israel has expanded operations into Lebanon, and Iranian drones have even struck a British RAF base in Cyprus, marking the first direct impact of this conflict on European territory as well. All of this has transformed what began as a limited exchange into a far broader and far more dangerous war than it was just 4 days ago.